Hey love bugs, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Samara Curtiss, and today we are cooking something special and tasty. So if you're trying to figure out what we're cooking, remember to subscribe and keep watching to figure out what we're gonna make. Bugs. Okay, so I'm back home. We went to the Giant and we got everything that we needed. We are making shrimp scampi. Okay, so shrimp scampi is actually one of my favorite go-to, easy, quick to cook, delicious, tasty meals. And since we're being transparent on this channel, I had a stomach bug for the past 2.5 days. Like from Sunday to Tuesday night, I was like out for the count, TKO, like couldn't eat. All I had was 3 saltine crackers, half a cup of chicken broth, and a popsicle over those like 48 hours. So I came back alive, I am regenerated, and I want to eat something good. So we're gonna cook shrimp scampi tonight, and you're gonna cook with me so you can cook it yourself and maybe impress someone, or just eat good, or eat something you've never had before, or cook something you never cooked before. So let's go. So the essentials you will need to make shrimp scampi are, of course, shrimp. I prefer wild caught shrimp. They're a little bit bigger, and you do have to devein them and unpeel them, but it's worth it, trust me. Then we have some cherry tomatoes. We have shrimp scampi sauce. This one's kind of out, so I got another one. This will be used in moderation because we'll actually make some scampi sauce of our own, which includes wine. I've drinking some of this bottle, so we're going to put it to good use and cook with it, and probably sip on it also. You also need spaghetti. I like thin spaghetti. It cooks a little faster, and I break it in half also, so I'm not just like slurping and slurping for hours. And then we need some good old fresh parsley. You can never go wrong with a fresh herb. I also like to have lemon. And then we have our seasonings, of course. I like to use garlic, a little bit of Miss Dash, fresh ground pink sea salt, and fresh ground pepper, some chili pepper flakes, and then our regular salt and oil. This is going to be to put in the water for the noodles to boil. So is this, and we're going to toss our shrimp and seasoning in this as well. Now the tools that you'll need are a bowl for the shrimp. After you peel them, we're going to season them and toss them in olive oil in this bowl, a knife, a cutting board, and I have a big pot on the stove right here for the noodles to boil, and I have a bigger type frying pan to saute my shrimp in after we peel and season them. So let's get to cooking. So first I'm going to peel these shrimp. This is the long, tedious part because you do have to devein them and peel them. If you don't know what deveining is, I will show you. So deveining shrimp. If you get wild caught shrimp, I've never used like farm raised shrimp or whatever it's called. So wild caught shrimp come completely covered. Peel on, shell on, little legs, and then to devein them, which is basically like taking the poop out of them, you have to unpeel the shrimp and cut them with a knife and then remove the veins. So we're gonna go ahead and do one to show you guys. So I like to snap it at the tail because I actually like to leave the tail on when I do my shrimp scampi. So we're gonna peel the shrimp. This is the easy part. Peel the shrimp, toss it. I like to keep all my waste stuff in the bag that it came in, and I also keep some giant plastic bags on the side because my mother taught me the quickest way to clean up when you're cooking is to clean up while you go. So I toss all waste stuff in the giant bag, and I'll put my shrimp peels separate because I like to toss those out all the way in the garbage and not in my house. So once we have the shrimp peeled, we keep the tail on. That's a preference, by the way. Shrimp is completely peeled with the tail on. We're gonna take a smaller knife and gently go from the tail to the front of the shrimp, and now it's kind of like butterflied, and if you can see this, that is the deveining part. That's the part we do not want, the gross part. So I'm going to devein the rest of this shrimp. I got a pound of shrimp, and we'll be right back. Okay, so once we have our shrimp all peeled and deveined, we are going to go to the next step. And I'm gonna take some olive oil and toss it, and then I'm gonna put my seasonings in so we can saute the shrimp. And I know I skipped a step, but I did wash my hands off camera before I started filming, so don't think I missed a step. So I'm just gonna toss these in some olive oil real quick and turn my pan on to heat it up. Okay, and the seasonings I said that I like to use for my scampi are pink Himalayan salt. I'm just gonna grind some of that up. Some fresh cracked pepper. Garlic. And I like to use Mrs. Dash because it's like low in sodium, so it makes me feel like I'm being healthy. Okay, so once the shrimp are sauteed, there are two ways you do scampi sauce. I like to do the cheap method and use the McCormick scampi sauce sometimes, but when I have it on hand and I don't have to buy it and I can still drink it, I'll use wine, butter, garlic, to make my scampi sauce. So we're gonna actually make the scampi sauce with the wine for the shrimp, and then when I cook my pasta, we're going to go ahead and use the cheap method to toss the pasta in the scampi sauce. Okay, so once the pan is hot, and we're gonna add in our shrimp. Make sure that these all cook on each side for a good amount of time until we flip them over. So we have our shrimp cooking, our water is boiling, and we're gonna flip our shrimp to the other side in a minute, but we have our cherry tomatoes all chopped up, and we have a little bit of parsley finely chopped as well. And trust me, adding any type of fresh herb to food will, one, make the presentation look that much better when you plate it, and the pop of color will just make it look that much more pretty, and it smells really, really good. Like, fresh herbs are always a thumbs up in my cookbook. Now that we have everything chopped up, we're gonna go ahead and flip our shrimp. Okay, so while our shrimp is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and add our pasta. I like to use thin spaghetti. Okay, so now the shrimp have a nice little golden brown to them. They're fully cooked on each side. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my cherry tomatoes so they can soften up a little bit until it's ready to kind of mix everything together. And the best thing about cooking with wine is if you have anything left over or if you didn't use the whole bottle, cheers. Go ahead and toast at creating an amazing dinner. So like I said, once this white wine that I added to the shrimp cooks down some, we're gonna go ahead and add in our scampi sauce. Once our pasta is done boiling, we're just gonna drain it. Okay, so we're gonna add our pasta back into the original pot it was cooked in after it's been drained. And we're gonna add in our shrimp and cherry tomato mixture with the little cheat code of shrimp scampi sauce. And we're gonna toss all of this together. Look at all that yumminess. And we're just gonna toss all of this together. So we're just gonna add a little bit more into the actual mixture. That bottle's empty. Let's grab another. And one thing about this sauce, like, please make sure you shake it up. Like, you won't get the whole deliciousness and all the garlicky yumminess if you don't shake it up. So we opened up another bottle. I'm just gonna put a little bit more of that and toss it one more time. Now, plating is one of my favorite things. So we're just gonna take some pasta, put it in a bowl or a plate, add some shrimp up in there. I'm not really a big fan of shrimp, honestly. I like shrimp cocktails, so I go for the tomatoes when I do my shrimp scampi. I love the tomatoes. To top it off, we're gonna take a little bit of parsley. Shrimp scampi. Okay, so I know it wasn't the most lavish meal or time-consuming meal or 5-star meal, but I promise you anyone can make this shrimp scampi. If you're a college student in a dorm with just a little kitchenette, or if you're a mom and you have 3 kids and only 30 minutes to cook, or if you're a young adult after work and you just want to eat something good but fast and affordable, I promise you this shrimp scampi will hit every spot. So Thanks for watching, and I hope you stay tuned to see what we may be cooking next or what I'll be filming next.